Hello everyone, good evening. Today is a Friday evening. I hope all of you are doing good. So today we have the AWS virtual. So today we are here for the AWS Community Day, Virtual Community Day 2022, first pre-event quiz session. So I have the quiz URL mentioned in the banner below. And it's also present in the description of the YouTube. If you're watching it from on the YouTube channel, it's also present in the description part. So you can also log in through there. Please make sure that you are logged in or you have registered much in advance so that you do not have any hassles. While actually attempting the quiz. So basically, what is AWS User Group India? So we are a group of community-based volunteers who love learning about and sharing our learnings with the community and with the greater community about AWS services, about cloud computing technology, design implementations, production use cases that we face while working on AWS, and so on and so forth. So we have a presence on all social media. You can always join us or join our social media channels. We have our biggest event this year on 11th and 12th November 2022. That is next weekend. That's Friday and Saturday. So make sure that you register for it. It's called AWS Virtual Community Day 2022. I'm going to add the link in the comment section here. So this is the link for AWS Community Day, Virtual Community Day 2022. You can register for it here, and there are a number of sessions by very distinguished speakers and community members which you can attend and learn from. There are also going to be similar quiz sessions on that day, two main quiz games, and also session-based quizzes wherein you can win amazing prizes. So make sure that you have registered to this community link, the link that I have shared, and that on 11th we have all the sessions that I mentioned just now, and on 12th we'll have all the workshops. So workshops we have three. That is, one is going to be on serverless services. So how do you build your own serverless food delivery app in 3 years, 3 hours, sorry, 3 hours, and how do you generate insight on AWS using data and analytics. So there's a data that's a data and analytics engineering workshop, and there is one on AI/ML. So for the ones who are interested to know and learn about AI/ML, there is a session in which you'll use SageMaker to train and deploy ML models and use AWS Lambda in the process as well. So, what is Community Day? What are we trying to achieve here? It is basically a community organized cloud educational event wherein we have technical discussions and demos that are conducted by expert AWS users and industry leaders from around the world. So, as I said, we have a myriad of distinguished speakers and community members who will be sharing their learnings with you. So this is the best opportunity for you to gain hands-on experience, because as I said, on 11th we have all the talks and on sessions, and on 12th we have the workshops. So this is a way for you to learn, network, and also get a hands-on with the workshops. So I'm just going to open, I'll be starting in the event, that is the quiz event, in some time. Just give me a second, going to the quiz. So for the workshops on 12th, you can actually register it from the same link that I mentioned. For sessions, I'll be mentioning that again. For sessions as well as workshops, you can register yourself. While registering for the workshops, you will be asked to pay around rupees 500, but be ensured that you will be refunded back the amount once you are done with the workshop. The same amount will be credited back to you, so you don't have to worry about the expenses. So let me go to the quiz. So without further ado, I think I'll start the quiz. But before that, in the audience, do you have any questions or doubts about how you want to attempt this? Or you will, I mean, to actually attempt the quiz, I'll have to start the quiz, and you will have to go to the quiz page and attempt it. Okay, once I start it, you can see the play quiz button, and then you can start playing. So about the quiz, we have around 15 questions. Okay, so 15 questions, and there are 4 options each, of which one would be the correct answer. And there will be like between each question, there will be a duration of 2 minutes. So you get a duration of 2 minutes to answer one question. Okay, so but this is like a fastest finger first. So someone who can, folks who are able to answer the most questions in the least amount of time will be going up on the leaderboard. So make sure that you try to attempt all the questions and try to do it in as little time as possible, so that you make it to the leaderboard and you win the prizes. So what are the prizes here? So winners would be that the winner, the one who will be the first winner would be getting rupees 2,000, and the first runner up would be getting 1,500, and the second runner up would be getting 1,000. So I hope you all are excited for this quiz the way that I am. Okay, so I'm going to start the quiz. Let me just stop my cam and I'll go back to starting the quiz. Just give me a second. Okay, so I can see 10 participants here. So I'll wait for a few more moments for more people to join. So as I said, we are all here for attempting the pre-ACD, that is AWS Virtual Community Day 2022 pre-event quiz. So as I said, the Community Day is basically a community-led or community-organized cloud educational event wherein we are going to have technical discussions and demos, which would be led by expert AWS users and industry leaders, community members who would be speaking to you about how they are using AWS services in their everyday work, what kind of production use cases they have faced, and how they have solved the kind of problems that we actually just see in theory. So they'll actually give you a practical background of it and practical use case for it. So make sure that you register on the link. I've mentioned that in the hello, Sahil Raj. Hello, Sani. I can see you guys have commented here. Thank you for joining. It's a Friday evening, and I know everyone is in a mood to kind of finish work or finish college or whatever it is, and just get back to the weekend. The weekend mood has started here. Yeah, I haven't. Hi, Sajal. I haven't started. Opened the quiz, but I haven't started with the first question. Hi, Divya. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Divya. No, the quiz has, I haven't started with the first question, but the quiz is open. So you guys everyone can just log in and log into the quiz. The moment I start the first question, you will be able to see that on your screen. So just click on play quiz and then we can start. Yeah, I can. I will start, but I'm just waiting for more people to join in. Good evening, Biswajit. Okay, let me start with the first question. Okay, so I'm going to, like, you'll be seeing the moment I click on the first question, you will be able to see it on your screens. So yeah, it's coming 3, 2, and 1. So what does CI and CD stand for? Centered integration and continuous delivery, continuous integration and continuous delivery, continuous intelligence and control delivery, controlled input and controlled output. So you have around 2 minutes to answer one question, but try to make it fast so that you can be up on the leaderboard. Hi Divya, we have just started. You can see the first question. If you've already clicked on the play quiz button, you must be able to see the first question. Hi Rakesh, which website are you talking about? I think the quiz hub is working fine. You can, there are still 35 seconds to go for the first question, so you can attempt it. Yeah, Sajal, you need to wait. There are 2 minutes 2 minutes of interval between each question. So one question you get around 2 minutes so that we can have everyone answering it. If someone is coming in newly, they can answer that. They'll get time to answer it. So yeah, the countdown is almost up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I think 76% have given the right answer. That's continuous integration and continuous delivery. So let's go to the next question. So next question coming to your screen in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What does ARN and AWS stand for? Amazon registered number, Amazon resource names, Amazon reserved names, Amazon regional network. So I can see after the first question, Yash is up on the leaderboard, followed by Sakshi and Vaibhavi. Let's see who makes it to the leaderboard next. Can Yash hold on to that position, or someone else is going to come up there? So Unacademy. So Unacademy G fan, what is the swags? Basically, for the winner, we'll give rupees 2,000. For the first runner-up, 1,500, and for the second runner-up, we'll give 1,000 rupees. Thank you, Sahil Raj. I hope you really find it interesting. Uh, Yes, just kind of attempt it. Even if you do not, if someone does not have knowledge of AWS, there are no negative markings. So you might actually, make it to the leaderboard by answering the question. There is no negative marking here. So please attempt even if you do not know a certain answer. So the second question, the countdown is almost over. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay. So 84% have given an answer of Amazon resource names, which is the right answer. Okay. So let me move to the next question. The next question would be coming up to yours on your screens. The third question. In 3, 2, and 1. So AWS Lambda is an event-driven serverless computing platform. Is it true or false? So I think this is relatively easy. So I think all of you can attempt it. Unacademy fan, I don't think you need to worry about how you will get the credits. How will you get the money credited to your account? We'll get back to you in case you make it to the leaderboard. We will get back to you, and then you can make the necessary information available, which will help us to credit it to your account. So I can see Yash is still holding the first position along with Sakshi, and on third position I can see Aishwarya. So guys, I think who have already attempted, can you tell me like what's your favorite service on AWS if you have already worked on it? Okay, Unacademy GFAN, what is the benefit in attending AWS Community Days? See, as already mentioned in the beginning when I had started with the before the quiz, that AWS Community Day is basically a community-based educational event. So, distinguished speakers from around the world, experts are going to be sharing their knowledge with you, their learnings from how they use the AWS services. Okay, just going back to the quiz because the time is out. So 130 participants have all 97% people have said that it's true. The AWS is a event-driven serverless computing platform. So let's move on to the next question. Now I've clicked on it and it will come to your screens in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah. So which of the following services allows you to analyze EC2 instances against predefined security templates to check for vulnerabilities? AWS Trusted Advisor, AWS Inspector, AWS WAF, that is uh, AWS WAF and AWS Shield. So come on, everyone, try to attempt it as quickly as possible. So I can see after the third question, Vaibhavi is on the first position, and Aishwarya is next. So we have females ruling the roost here, and Raja follows on the third position. So yeah, as I was saying about the benefit of attending AWS Community Days, we are actually going to learn from the different speakers, the distinguished speakers, the community members about how they use AWS in their work, how it is used to AWS services are used to solve real world problems, production use cases, and also as I said, on 11th you'll have all these sessions, and on 12th we'll have the workshops wherein you will get to actually design, implement, that's have a hands-on on creating different like different apps, say a serverless food. This time we have a serverless food delivery app that you can design and implement in 3 hours. We have a data and analytics engineering workshop, and we have a workshop for AIML. So please go to the registration link for AWS Community Days to get more information. So the time is up for the fourth question. And the right answer is AWS Inspector. Okay, so why? To explain, it actually enables you to analyze the behavior of your AWS resources and helps you to identify potential security issues. So that's why it is the right answer. Now, moving on to the next question, that's the fifth question. So it will come onto your screens in 5 seconds. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So what are the advantages that AWS Cloud offers over a traditional on-premises IT infrastructure? That is the first option is trade capital expense for variable expense, provide lower latency to applications by maintaining servers on premises, make a capacity decision before deploying an application to reduce costs, or increase speed and agility by keeping servers and other required resources ready before in your data centers. I think we don't want any answers on the in the YouTube comments. Please put it here on the try to attempt the quiz, and I'll let you know what are the correct answers. So now still holding the leaderboard is Vaibhavi, followed by Aishwarya and Raja. So come on everyone, we need to be fast in order to move up the leaderboard. Yeah, hi Sakil. To answer, you need to go to the link. You can see in the YouTube banner as well. That's the link that you have to go to answer the quiz. And to chat, you can put on the YouTube as well. I mean YouTube channel where you can watch where you are currently chatting. Just like put in your comments or put in your questions, and I'll answer that. Okay, so the time is up for this question, the fifth question. The right answer is trade capital expense for variable expense. It's answered by 26%. Okay. Why? Because in a traditional on-premises environment, you have to invest heavily in data centers. Okay, you have to put your money to actually get data centers and servers before you know how much you can use them, how much you can use them for, right? But in cloud, you only pay for what you use. You are even if like you only can take a small, like if you're using an EC2 instance, you can just provision a small instance, and then as per your use you can move to like on a whether you want to horizontally scale it or vertically scale it is up to you, but you do not have to pre-provision all the infrastructure. So that's why it's the first that's why it's the correct answer. Now let me move on to the next question. That's the sixth one, and it will come onto your screens now in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So a multinational company, the question is, the multinational company has just moved its infrastructure from its on-premises data center to AWS cloud. As part of the shared responsibility model, AWS is responsible for which of the following? The first option is zone security, patching guest OS, physical and environmental controls, or configuring customer applications. So I can see Vaibhavi, Aishwarya, and Raja still holding the leaderboard at first, second, and third positions. Come on, everyone. You have to actually gear up, give an answer in the least time, and make it to the leaderboard. So there are 25 seconds more left. Anyone who hasn't answered, please answer it quickly. Thank you, Aishwarya, for answering. So CloudFormation seems to be your favorite AWS service, looks like. What about others who have already done with the quiz question? What's your favorite AWS service? So the sixth question is also done with the timer. So the right answer here is physical and environmental controls. Okay, so as part of the shared responsibility model, physical and environmental controls are part of inherited controls, and hence these are the responsibility of AWS. Okay, so that is something that AWS will take care of, and you don't have to worry about. So let's go to the question. So everyone, answer this one quickly. So you can see it on your screens in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Which of the following is an AWS database service? Glue, data migration service, storage gateway, or Redshift? This is a pretty easy one. So I see that Ashish has come up the leaderboard. Great. To the third position. And Vaibhavi and Aishwarya are still holding the first and second positions. Wow. Okay, thank you, Vaibhavi. S3 is kind of a favorite for everyone. The most heavily used service. So yes. So already who have people have already answered the questions. What is your way of learning AWS, right? Do you usually go for tutorials or sessions, or do you actually prefer workshops or hands-on labs? How do you start with learning AWS? What is the way you have started with? Anyone can comment in the chat. So 15 seconds more left for the timer. It's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So this is done with. The answer for the question was Redshift is the right answer. So Redshift is a fully managed petabyte scale cloud-based data warehouse product. So it's a database wherein you can store all the information coming in from CloudWatch logs and different streaming services, Kinesis, etc. So it's a large-scale data set storage and analysis database. So let me move on to the next question. So next question is coming onto your screens in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The question is, which of the following AWS services can be used to connect a company's on-premises environment to a VPC without using the public internet? The options are site-to-site VPN, Internet Gateway, Amazon VPC Endpoint, and AWS Direct Connect. So I can see Aishwarya has gone up the leaderboard to the first position, Raja has come to the second, and Ashish has come to the third. Wow. So let's be a bit more competent. Okay, let's answer the questions as quickly as possible and try to attempt each and every one. That's great. Webby, AWS events and community days. So sure, we all should make it a point to register for and attend the community day event that we have next week. Sakil, good. That's AWS skills. That's great. AWS skill builder. That's right. That is also a great place to learn. There are AWS workshop which gives you resources to try on. Okay, Mayur, so you first prefer theory and learning the concept of the service and then go for hands-on. That's great. Okay, Siddesh, so you prefer going for reskill. That's great too. Minu says the AWS digital trainings. Okay. All right. So the timer is over. Let me see the stats for this one. Okay, so 52% have said that AWS Direct Connect is the right answer, and it is the right answer. So the right answer here is AWS Direct Connect. It's a cloud service solution that makes it easy to establish a dedicated network from your premises to AWS. Okay, it establishes a private virtual interface from your on-premises environment to the Amazon VPC. Okay, so that's the right answer, and 52% have got it right. So let's move to the next question. That would be the ninth one. It is going to come up to your screens in another second. Okay, the question is, an organization has offices across multiple locations and the technology team has configured an application load balancer across targets in multiple availability zones. The team wants to analyze the incoming requests for latencies and the client's IP address patterns. So how would they do that, right? So one way, the options are ALB access logs, CloudWatch metrics, CloudTrail logs, or ALB request tracing. What would be used? Hi, Adil. So it is. See, we have different viewers. We don't. We not only have beginners. We have intermediate and experienced people as well. So we have had a mix of questions, but mostly we like there are beginner friendly questions a lot here. So we try to cater. We have tried to cater to all of the audiences. But your feedback is taken. So at the first place, we have Aishwarya still holding the leaderboard, followed by Ashish, and Kaivalya has come up to the third position. That's great. There are 36 seconds for this question to be answered, so hurry up. Seven more seconds left. Six, five, four, three, two, and one. Time's up. So how many have given the right answer, and what is the right answer? The right answer is ALB access logs, and 48% have given the right answer. So Elastic Load Balancer provides access logs that capture detailed information about requests sent to your load balancer. Each log contains information such as the time the request was received, the client's IP address, latencies, request path, and server responses. So hence, these access logs can be used to analyze traffic patterns and troubleshoot issues. So this is an optional feature. It is not enabled by default, but yeah, you can enable it and try to learn about these points, that is, and analyze the incoming requests and the client IP address patterns. So let's move on to the next question. There's a 10th one. Yeah, so it's coming up to your screens in a second. The question is, which one of the following is a fully managed continuous delivery service in AWS that helps you automate your release pipelines for fast and reliable application and infrastructure updates? The options are Lightsail, Kendra, Elastic Cache, and Code Pipeline. Yeah, you might feel, yeah, Sakil, yeah, there might be a lag between the video and the quiz. There are 15 more seconds to go. Okay, the time's up. And the right answer given by 91% is code pipeline. So that's a fully managed continuous delivery service that helps you automate your release pipeline for fast and reliable application and infrastructure updates. So code pipeline is the right answer, and I think 91% of them have got it right. So that's a great number. Let's move on to the next question. That's the 11th one. It is coming up on your screens now. So the question is, you want to build and deploy code functions in the AWS cloud, but do not want to manage the infrastructure. Which of the following services can help meet this requirement? Options are Aurora, API Gateway, AWS Lambda, or DynamoDB. The leaderboard still Aishwarya going strong at the first position, followed by Ashish at the second and Kaivalya at the third. Yeah, Outlaws, I think your question, what does the 11th position guy get? You will have another kind of, we have another quiz that you can attempt on next Wednesday, that's 9th November. So you can try attempting that and coming up in the leaderboard in the first, second, or third positions and win prizes. Or register for the best thing is to register for the AWS community day, and there we'll have quizzes all through the day and two main quizzes which you can play and win prizes as well. Okay, so the time is almost up on this question. So 84% have given the right answer, and that is AWS Lambda. So AWS Lambda is a compute service that lets you run code without provisioning or managing servers. It executes your code only when needed and scales automatically from a few requests to per day to thousands per second. And you only pay for the compute time you consume. Hence, that's the correct answer, and 84% have got it right. Now let's move on to the next question, the 12th one, and you'll see that on your screen now. Okay, so the question is, what is the purpose of RDS proxy? To provide, and the options are to provide a backup for the RDS database across multiple availability regions in an automated way without any manual intervention required. The second option is to make the applications for cost effective, to make applications more susceptible to database failures for testing purposes, or to make applications more resilient to database failures by automatically connecting to a standby DB instance while preserving application connections. Okay, given that we have a mixture of audience here, that is, maybe we'll have college students, we'll also have like working individuals, we'll have experts. So what's your favorite time when you work on AWS projects or you're learning AWS? What is the favorite time of the day? Do you do it on early mornings, evenings, or do you do it only on weekends? When do you study? When do you study or when do you try your hands on? This question is for the ones who are already done with attempting the question. So you can comment on the YouTube channel. Okay, Adil, you mentioned late night. Outlaws Esports mentions midday. Tushar mentions weekends. Sahil Raj tries all the learning and hands on after completing his college work. That's great. I usually prefer it early morning or in the weekends. So the timer is almost over. So what's the right answer here? The right answer is the fourth one, that is to make applications more resilient to database failures by automatically connecting to a standby DB instance while preserving application connections. And 76% have got it right. Okay. Now next, let's move on to the next question, the 13th one. So two more questions to go, two more chances for people to come up the leaderboard. So here it goes. So it will come up on your screens now. Okay, the question is, as part of his development work, a developer is creating policies and attaching them to IAM identities. After creating necessary identity-based policies, he is now creating resource-based policies, which is the only resource-based policy that IAM service supports. The options are access control list, trust policy, AWS organization service control policies, or permission boundaries. Thank you, Raja, for the answer. Late nights he mentions, and Sakil mentions weekends. It's great. Thank you for your answers. Thank you for your comments. So I can see on the leaderboard, Aishwarya is still holding it at the first position, Kaivalya at the second, and Vaibhavi at the third. Wow. So it keeps changing. Please attempt it and attempt the question and attempt it as soon as possible so that you can come up the leaderboard. And those who do not make it to the leaderboard this time, have another quiz, another attempt to make on next Wednesday. So we'll send out the links to register soon today, and you can register quickly and be ready. There are almost 14 seconds. Come on, everyone. For the quiz, Adil, there are no swags for participation. We have prizes only for the first three. That is the winner, first runner-up, and second runner-up. Okay, coming back to the question, let me see the stats here. Okay, so 33% have mentioned the right answer, and that is trust policy. So basically, you manage access in AWS by creating policies and attaching them to IAM identities or AWS resources. A policy is an object that, when associated with an identity or resource, defines their permissions. Resource-based policies are JSON policy documents that are attached to a resource, such as an Amazon S3 bucket. And policies, trust policies, are what enable uh, that particular resource to be assigned a particular role or a that's how you can assign a role-based, resource-based policy to a service. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. That's the 14th one. Should be visible now. The question is: a developer at a company is working on a cloud formation template to set up resources. Resources will be defined using code and provisioned based on certain conditions. So there are the four options are resources, outputs, parameters, or conditions. Hi Chaitanya, the topic of the next quiz will also be on the same lines. Okay, the time is up. Okay, the right answer given by 54% is parameters. So parameters enable you to input custom values to your cloud formation template each time you create or update a stack. After you define all your conditions, you can associate them with resources and resource properties only in the resources and output section of a template. So moving on to the next question, that is 15th and the last one. Okay, the question is you are a developer for a web application written in .NET which uses the AWS SDK. You need to implement an authentication token that returns a JWT. So which one do you use? Cognito User Pools, API Gateway, Cognito Sync, or Cognito Identity Pools? Okay, Prabhat, I think you are asking about the best source to start AWS. So you have a lot of free resources, like many mentioned in the chat, Skill Builder, or you first of all you can create your own account on AWS. Okay, and AWS provides a free tier for a year wherein you can experiment and learn with different services. Then you have Skill Builder, you have AWS workshops. Let me put the links in the comment in the chat section that you can go through. There are a lot of free resources that you can use and learn from. And even for exams, AWS provides a 50% of vouchers wherein you can attempt exams like CCP, that is AWS CCP Cloud Practitioner exam. There are a lot of avenues through which you can attempt that exam for even almost half the exam price. Okay. So the question is almost, the time is done on the question. Let me check the stats here. So 32% have given the right answer, which is the first one, that is Cognito User Pools. To implement an authentication mechanism that returns a JWT, you'll have to use Cognito User Pools. So after successful authentication, AWS Cognito returns user pool tokens to your application. You can use the tokens to grant your users access to your own server-side resources or to Amazon API Gateway. And AWS Cognito user pools implement ID, access, and refresh tokens as defined by the OpenID Connect standard. The ID token is a JWT, that is JSON web token, that contains claims about the identity of the authenticated user, such as email, name, and phone number. So that's how you can get information within your application. So we are done with the 15 questions, and right now on the leaderboard, the first the winner at the first position is Aishwarya, followed at the second position by Ashish, and at the third position with Shubha. So we'll get back to you to the winners, and for those who did not make it to the top three, you will get an attempt next week. That's on 9th November. You can attempt the quiz. We'll have a different quiz with AWS services. Same like these this time. We'll have a mix of questions there on AWS services and their usage. Hi Aryan, no, there are no questions. There are no quizzes before 9th November. The next quiz would be on 9th November itself. Okay, Harsh, you you think that you haven't got okay, you haven't got the result correctly. Okay, don't okay, yeah. Okay, let me take that feedback, but don't get disheartened. Please attempt the next quiz on 9th November. Okay, so I am ending the quiz now. And for the winners, the first, second, and third position, we'll get back to you. So just give me a second. Okay, so I've ended the quiz. Thanks to everyone who has participated today. Thanks. Yeah, the timing would be same, Divya. It would be from 5 to 6. Okay, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. like today. Nitesh, for what are you talking about? I mean, for what goodies are you talking about? Okay, so I am ending the event for today, and I hope to meet all of you on 9th November. Thank you for attending. Thank you for participating in the quiz, and I hope you all register for the AWS Community Day event and learn from the community members and all the speakers. Thank you.